It's the 219th meeting in this series that goes back to 1909. And the starting lineup, you'll notice for Iowa State, Dave Brat, the senior. Nice touch to start him tonight with Staple, Homan, Stinson, and Blalock. For Missouri, it is Young, Linus Kleiza, McKinney, Gardner, and Horton. Senior night here, of course, and earlier as that get-together got over, the seniors coming over to congratulate the legend, the former great here at Iowa State, who has carried the banner for the Cyclones and college basketball so magnificently over 34 years of doing the analyst work. Time to play basketball, Gary. It should be a good one. It's very important. As we get set, Staple will go up for Iowa State.
Jay, as you said, this is a big game for Iowa State. They let the Nebraska game get away, but if they can win one game and cinch 2 games, they ought to be able to finish in 5th place, and that will be real important to this team and a chance to get back to that NCAA tournament. That is not out of the question yet, even though they lost that Nebraska game.
Here is Brat, the senior, over to Blalock, number 11. Right now, Missouri going man-to-man in the early going. Stinson, Jared Homan.
5 seconds on the clock.
Homan with a jumper.
Nice way to start out your senior year. This kid's had a great season. He almost single-handedly tried to will this team to a win over Nebraska. 20 points and 10 rebounds in that game. Had some crucial putback shots that gave Iowa State a chance to get back and win that. Didn't come up. Nothing more, Jay, than what these seniors want to do is win going out.
Stinson with the steal off the break.
What a great thing for Brat. What a great thing for Dave Brat. First start ever as a Cyclone.
And he ties his all-time career high.
Oh, I love that. I love that for this kid.
Here's Horton, double-teamed. McKinney. Underneath, Young with the basket off the glass.
And that's usually the type of basket Kevin Young will get, because he's not a scorer. He's a good rebounder, but not a shooter at all.
A steal down underneath by Stinson and another bucket.
Oh, there's the Cyclones game. They got some charge into the night. Nebraska game, I've got to say, watching that, they didn't come out with that fire they've had.
So Stinson with double duty there. And Gary, this trapping defense, they'll try to trap up court, then they go into the zone. It's a 2-3 at the moment.
Well, the one thing Missouri's had a problem talking with Quin Snyder this afternoon in the shoot-around is that they've been turning the ball over a lot. Far more turnovers, 53 in fact, than they have assists.
The 3 won't go down. That was off the hands of Gardner, who is in there now for Missouri, number 3. This is McKinney, number 1.
And boy, excuse me, Jay, the fans wanted Brat to take that jumper.
Yes, they did. They'd love to see him score again. Horton back to the attack for the Tigers. Little bank shot off the glass by Jimmy McKinney. McKinney, the junior from Vashon High in St. Louis.
Nice job by Kevin Young, actually screening the guy off so he can come in and get that shot uncontested. Jay, I feel in this game, Iowa State has lost 2 in a row, but this is an ideal team to come back on and to play to get off that losing streak, because Missouri likes to run and get up and down the floor, and that's Iowa State's game.
And Snyder across the way, his 6th season at Missouri. 39-year-old native of Mercer Island, Washington. Former Duke player Jason Horton called for the foul. It's his first.
Talk about Quin Snyder. He went all the way across country to play his college basketball at Duke. He was from Mercer Island in Seattle.
Here's Jared Homan shooting only 71% at the line. Wayne Morgan is the head man here in Ames, Iowa these days, and he's done rather well with that old Hilton Magic here. He's 29-4 since he took over at Hilton Coliseum.
And they had a couple of good practice coming off those losses. The kids responded very well, and the coaches, I think nobody's down from that Nebraska game. They were down after the game, But they have bounced back and ready to play, coaches and players.
Kleiza is tied up by Brat. Nice play.
Yeah.
And let's see, the possession arrow will stay with Missouri.
I think, there's Dave Brat again. This is just super play. Brat chasing, ball comes over. Looks like could maybe be an offensive foul, and young Dave Brat, not young, he's a senior, but getting the tie-up. Jay, they're young according to us.
Yeah, well, they are. Sure they are. McKinney, guarded by Brat, out to Horton. Again, the 2-3 zone for the Cyclones, who lead 10-4. 16:35 to play in this first half. Kleiza out to McKinney. Shot clock down to 4. McKinney fires. Rebound, Homan.
This Missouri club fires up about 200 more three-point shots on the season so far than anybody else in the league, but they're 11th in three-point percentage. Iowa State is 12th, but shoots about 200 less 3 points a game.
Stinson, of course, number one of the guys that makes the Cyclones go. He's pretty banged up right now. He's had a lot of bumps and bruises lately. Stinson from the corner, got it.
And Brat returns the favor right there to Stinson.
13-4 Cyclones.
You know what, I really like this? This is just not a ceremonial start for Dave Brat right now. They were 15:46 into the game, and he's performing.
They're standing and applauding Brat on his first ever start. Cyclones leading 13-4 here in the first half at Hilton. Reviewing that shot from the corner, Stinson a moment ago with a 3. At least it was a 3. It's now been changed to a 2. They have just changed it. It is a 2. The officials tonight are Scott Thornley, Eddie Jackson, and Kelly Self, and they were right on top of that one, Gary.
Well, this is a good officiating crew, and Dave Brat right there gets the first career assist. They saw everything going right for the senior Dave Brat.
Our first Budweiser game time quick stat. You saw the shooting percentages there. 86%. That's pretty good in the early going. It's pretty good anytime in this game. It's been fast-paced. Both clubs putting out a lot of energy early. Stinson batted away. Fine play for Missouri by Conley, number 2. Conley out there now with Horton, Young, Kleiza, and McKinney for Missouri.
Kind of a lazy pass right there. Get yourself in trouble. No ball fake or head fake to move the defensive man.
Gary, one of the things about the Cyclones is Brat remains in the game, and he has really been wonderful. Is the whistle now, and let's see what the call is. But one of the things I was going to mention is a rather short bench for Iowa State. They don't go too deep. Apparently, there's a shot clock problem.
Well, that's correct, Jay. The bench are down to 6 players. Tasheed, Carr, and then John Neal, who has struggled a lot, is getting some minutes, but it's been reduced to 6, 7, 8 minutes a game, depending on foul trouble. In that Nebraska game, Iowa State has really gotten away with about 7 or 8 games without being in foul trouble with this short bench, and it finally caught up with them with Staple and Rashon Clark getting 3 quick early fouls in that Nebraska game, and that took a lot of minutes away from those guys.
They're still working on this shot clock. The Cyclones are 15-10 after the loss on Sunday to Nebraska. Missouri 14-14. If we were to start the Big 12 tournament, it would be a number 7 seed for the Cyclones and a number 8 for Missouri. Horton against this zone.
Iowa State giving up an offensive rebound, and that's one thing they've got to control in this game. They gave up 28 offensive rebounds to Nebraska, and a total of 51 in that game by the Huskers.
And Conley hits it.
Probably the hottest player on this Missouri Tiger team over the last 3 or 4 games.
Oh, no question. Out of Silver Springs, Maryland. Conley, number 2 out there for Missouri. Here's Stinson into Homan.
Playing him head up, one-on-one.
There he goes. Couldn't get it. Horton coming back up. Stinson bangs him, and a foul on Stinson, his first.
Good save. Pick up the ball, get Horton, and Stinson reaching in right there. Kind of excuse me foul. Not the one kind of foul that he wants to commit.
Another Budweiser quick stat, the three-point shooting. Nobody has one yet. We had one for a few moments, but they took it away, and rightfully so. Conley. Stinson with the rebound. Back to the attack come the Cyclones. Blalock gets it to Brat.
Nice entry pass by Dave Brat. There's
Homan
the
is double
up.
teamed. Yep. Here's Brat with the jumper. Saved by Conley.
You know, Jay, so far in this game, much better ball movement by the Cyclones than we saw in the Nebraska game. Much more energy, feet moving, shoes squeaking right in there, which shows you a team that's hustling.
McKinney bringing it back out, setting it up against the 2-3 zone with 12 seconds left on the shot clock.
Iowa State defense has forced the shot clock down several times.
Kleiza banged that ball to Staple, and it went out of bounds. Tasheed Carr, number 10, into the game for Iowa State. And also in for Iowa State, Rashon Clark, number 13. 3 seconds left, Gary.
You want to watch it into the middle. You got to get out and cover the Horton. There's the pass. He's just got to jump it up.
This is Thomas Gardner. And not in time.
Jay Conley makes a mistake there. That ball came in, passed to him. There's only 3 seconds left. He's got to be aware of the clock. He's got to shoot it.
Yeah.
You don't have time.
He gave it over to Gardner, who's in the game, as I mentioned, number 3.
Gardner 14 starts last year, only 9 this year. He is playing much better coming off the bench. He's the 3rd leading scorer coming off the bench.
Kalen Grimes, 44 there, trying to make the block, and the ball deflected. Horton back the other way. Driving in and scoring nicely, Thomas Gardner.
Tasheed Carr forcing that play a little bit on the other end. It results in 2 for the Tigers. Tigers like to run, and that's Iowa State's game, but you've got to convert it.
Homan couldn't handle it, and we've got a player. Clark is down.
Oh, boy. And he's holding a knee. That's all Coach Wayne Morgan needs right now is another injury.
Rashon Clark, the freshman from Queens, New York. Best three-point shooter on the Cyclone team. Here's how it happened.
Gets underneath. Let's see, he gets pushed down.
Yeah, that was Jason Conley that kind of knocked him over there.
Probably fell on it as he went down. We were blocked out.
Iowa State getting off to a very quick start, something you like to see after that tough loss to Nebraska. Missouri, of course, coming in here after a loss over the weekend as well. Look at this action as Homan hits it.
That was to start the game. The shot clock running down. Here's the steal. And now watch this nice assist coming there, Brat. And then we come back to the other side right there with Blalock. And then the steal. Nice return pass. Stinson lays it up, and the Cyclones are off and running.
The tournament resume for Iowa State, 15-10 in conference and 7-7, as we mentioned, 15-10 overall, 7-7 in conference. The RPI is 78. The Big 12, of course, standings look this way. You got any thoughts about how many teams are going to get in the big dance?
I'm not sure how many Big 12 teams are going to get in. It's going to depend how they finish. But look at Iowa State. They have the advantage over Texas 9-7. You got Texas A&M at 7-7. They are playing Oklahoma State tonight. Iowa State has a great chance to finish in 5th place, which would be ideal because they should go up against Baylor in that case. But they need to finish their own business and win these last 2 games before heading to the Big 12 tournament looking that far ahead.
12:45 remaining in the first half, and the Cyclones losing Rashon Clark. Will Blalock, number 11, coming in. They're probably going to take him right to the locker room, Gary, and see what the
that doesn't look good.
He's not good.
Stepping tenderly on that knee as he goes.
And he goes And we'll get a report. Hopefully it'll be a good report.
Yeah, I hope it's just a strain like Curtis Stinson had earlier, and he's back playing full speed right now. But Iowa State, they don't have a lot of time to wait for a guy to heal up right now. You got 2 big games and then the tournament.
Gardner takes it down in. It's blocked. And finally, Stinson controls. Stinson back the other way. Carr in the corner. Rebound for Missouri, taken away by Kalen Grimes.
Carr has been struggling now. He had 3 great games in a row, 11 for 22, and now the last 3 games he's 4 for 20. But that's kind of the mark sometimes of freshmen, their inconsistency in play.
Grimes turns around, tough break there, it was in and out. Ball batted away from Blalock as he went up for a shot.
And Jay, that's one play I do not like. Leaving your feet and getting up the air. You got no place to go. The defense just sags back and waits for you, and it usually results in turnover.
No good to be in no man's land, is it?
No, you're going to go up off your feet, put it up to the basket. And the scoring has really slowed down right now.
Ooh, might have had a charge there, but there's no call. Conley with 4 seconds.
Iowa State doing a good job of defending the 3 ball, which we said has been Missouri's bread and butter. They've shot a lot of them, but they haven't shot them very well percentage. Only 31% on the year. They've taken 598 3-point shots coming into this game.
Imagine that, 500 plus.
Whew. Meanwhile, Iowa State's shot 311 3-point shots.
Cyclones lead is 4. There's a whistle along the line. Somebody stepped out. My partner, Mr. Gary Thompson, there's his jersey. And you know, he had great hair in those old days. Look at him. Who's that, Ron Thulin?
No, that's Mark Matthews.
Mark Matthews,
first,
okay.
Partner on the Cyclone Television Network.
Yeah.
This field was
in the first half. Cyclones leading the Tigers 12-8. Watch the defense by Iowa State. We told you the Tigers are a perimeter shooting team. Look how far they're going out and extending this defense. Keeping the Tigers from shooting that 3-point and running the clock down several times. Here, Horton gets himself in trouble. When you go to that baseline, you're subject to that double up, and that baseline being another defender. Makes a bad play, turns it over, stepping out of bounds.
Cyclones have not scored in the last 5 minutes and 15 seconds as we near the midway point of this first half at Hilton Coliseum. This marvelous building opened in 71-72 season of the Cyclones and has a lot of history and tradition here. Always great to come back, Gary, and of course so special to be with you on this night.
Well, good to have you back, and good news for Iowa State fans possibly. Rashon Clark has returned, and the word we get, he has a contusion on that knee and might play in this game yet.
Well, that is good news. Staple takes the jumper. Rebounded away nicely by Thomas Gardner.
Staple has been shooting the ball very, very well and been instrumental in that 7-game streak, but he's starting to extend his range, and I think that gets him out of his good shooting percentage range. I think he has to get it back into the paint area.
Glenn Dandridge, number 29, that's him with the ball right there, just came into the game for Missouri. Here is the jumper, and it won't go down for Gardner. Great cross-court pass there from Blalock to Stinson. Dangerous pass, but it came through all right.
Jared Homan just came up with his 4th rebound. He now moves into the 8th spot on the all-time rebounding here at Iowa State. Quite a career he's having. He's the 20th best scorer in school history. He has a chance possibly to move up from there.
McKinney out to Dandridge, into Brown. He's double-teamed, loses it. Stinson back the other way. Off in the corner. It would not go down. Opportunity that time for Will Blalock, but he couldn't hit the 3. It's still 12-8 as we have 9 minutes to play in this first half.
Cyclones still struggling with that shooting from outside the arc. Their percentage now for the game started a hot 80, dropped down to 33. They've only shot 34% in the last 3 games, losing 2 of those.
Dandridge took the shot. Staple with the rebound. Blalock along the line. Good quickness there. He had an opening and he made it count.
That kid has some acceleration. My thought process on him has been he has to assert himself earlier in games for Iowa State. He sometimes waits till they get a little trouble and then he tries to push it and penetrate.
Brown banks it off the glass and he's fouled by Staple. His first.
Rashon Clark looking to check back in. Here's Stinson come down. They had numbers. He sees it and really takes it to the hoop. Watch it again. Missouri a little lazy, not getting out. They're all in the middle. Nobody coming out to pick up the outside wingman.
There's Rashon Clark back in the lineup for the Cyclones, number 13. Going to the line.
Boy, what a break for Iowa State, Jay, to Rashon Clark.
This is the freshman, Marshall Brown, 6'7", out of Austin, Texas. Brown, a 66.7% free throw shooter. Kevin Young back in for Missouri, number 14. 14-11, Cyclones.
Brown from Austin, Texas went back home and had a nice game down there against Texas, even though the Tigers lost it. He had 5 points and 5 rebounds.
Yeah, the loss to Texas 63-51 after they'd won 4 straight. And of course, Cyclones had won 7 straight before the losses to Texas A&M at College Station, and last Sunday here, the disappointment against Nebraska. Here's a foul on Kevin Young of the Tigers. It's his first. We're here at Hilton Coliseum, Ames, Iowa. Iowa State and Missouri getting together. Jay Randolph and Gary Thompson with you. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, reunited after more than a decade, after doing the old Big 8 game of the week for 19 years.
And Jay, Iowa State have a lot of problems. Curtis Stinson now leaves the floor and goes to the dressing room.
Boy, oh boy.
I didn't see what happened, but he was holding on to his head. I don't know whether it's his hands. He's got a left hand that's bad. He's got a jam thumb on the right. The kid has been playing through all kinds of injuries.
Well, it's that time in the season when there are a lot of aches and pains and problems, and you have to play through them if you can. Here's Staple. He wheels. Won't go for him. Rebound, Carr. Foul, charge to Conley. We take a timeout with 7:45 remaining in this first half. Good to be with you. ISU 14, the Missouri Tigers 11. Back with more Big 8 action right after these messages. Is 3. Big 12 basketball from here at Hilton Coliseum, and here is Stinson getting whacked a moment ago, Gary.
And it looks like right there you see him grimace. He probably got a finger in the eye. He left the court. He's now just coming back on and back the bench. So anxious moment for Cyclone fans as they watch their key players leave the court and go in the dressing room, but returning once again.
And Gary, we saw Stinson take quite a shot in the face yesterday in practice.
Right.
He was out of that practice for about 15 or 20 minutes.
And here's where Iowa State has to come alive, is in their half-court offense, something they've been having problems with.
Homan up the middle. Nice little jumper. And 6 points for Jared Homan, the senior from Remsen, Iowa.
Here comes the pressure, the 1-2-2 trap. Go close to 10 seconds, causes the travel.
The turnover.
And we watch Missouri work. Let's watch. Here's Tasheed Carr. Penetration in, kick out, forces a double team in there, the help defense, and then Homan, a nice job there, squaring right up to the basket. Nice little touch, nails it.
7 turnovers for Missouri, 2 for Iowa State, now 3. And driving down and scoring, Jason Conley. Conley, the senior, as Gary alluded to earlier, he's played the best basketball of any of the Tigers over the last month. He has 4 points.
Conley was a transfer from VMI, the only freshman in NCAA history to lead the nation in scoring. He averaged 29.3 points a game when he was at VMI as a freshman. Look for the back cut off of this offense with a 1-4.
Six seconds remaining. Blalock. Missouri basketball. 16-13 Cyclones.
Jay, what I'm observing right now, when that ball goes to the post, to Homan, the outside guys have to move themselves. They're not flaring away one way or another, so it opens up the passing alley back to the outside and the perimeter guy to shoot it. It makes it tough for Homan to get it back to him if they don't move.
Then is Kleiza, 41, getting his first basket of the game for Missouri. Here's Carr. Conley rebounds.
Carr continues in that shooting slump. As you said, 4 of his last 20 coming into this game. Boy, Conley wanted to pull the trigger. He hit 3 trays against Texas.
Kleiza. Rebound Homan.
Missouri that time a nice job of getting back.
Homan a little too long with that one. Here is Horton.
Jay, I really expected to see some points with these two teams because I figured they're going to move it up and down the court. We're sitting here 5:20 to go, 16-15 to Cyclones.
Well, they put up a lot of shots, but they're not scoring.
That's right. You got Missouri is held, except for the Texas game, the previous 4 wins, they'd held the opponents to 56 points.
Horton gets it back out front. McKinney back to Horton. Too long. Rebound Staple. On the run. Blalock.
Nice pass.
Underneath. Carr.
Unselfish play right there by the freshman Rashon Clark.
And Tasheed Carr, the freshman from Philadelphia, gives the Cyclones a 3-point lead. We've got a 30-second timeout by Missouri. Time now for the FSC upcoming schedule. Saturday, Boulder, Colorado. And of course, coming up in Kansas City, March 10th through the 13th, the Big 12 tournament.
Watch Iowa State come out here running on the play over to Rashon Clark, and then a quick pass underneath to a cutting Tasheed Carr, and a nice job on the reverse layup. There's that play again. You'll get a chance to just look at it. Great camera work by our crew. And Jay, let me tell you, it's been a pleasure to work for our crews over the years. The camera guys and the guys behind the scenes, they make our jobs. When you can see and cover plays like that, it makes us look a little bit better when you can talk about some great action.
A&M and Oklahoma State got a good one going.
Ooh.
And Georgia Tech is up by 6 in the second half over Wake Forest.
Well, Cyclone fans are going to be pulling for Eddie Sutton and, and the Oklahoma State Cowboys in that one.
Connecticut bombing Georgetown, Seton Hall and Villanova in a tight one. 18-15, Cyclones by 3, 4.5 to play first half. Ball batted away by Blalock, off the foot of Gardner. Iowa State forcing another turnover.
And that's been a big problem for Missouri this year, is those turnovers, and nice defense again by Blalock, getting some quick hands in there. And Gardner did not argue the call at all. He knew that ball went off his knee.
Carr around to Stinson. And he stepped on the line, did Rashon Clark. Iowa State started out very hot. You remember they were shooting around 85% early, but both clubs have been very, very cold. I'm reminded in the game down at Missouri when the Tigers defeated the Cyclones in a very tight game. Missouri went 12 minutes without a basket in that game. Now these two teams kind of play in spurts. Here's Gardner in underneath. Spinning around in there is Grimes. It won't go. The Cyclones come back. Blalock to Stinson. Stinson shot doesn't go down. A foul is called.
You look across the way, Quin Snyder was up. He wanted the offensive foul.
Foul is called on Thomas Gardner. Cyclones leading by 3. Back with more right after this. 15, and Gary, let's look back at the action here.
We'll see the Tigers try to go down low to Linus Kleiza. They try to double up. They go inside to Kleiza, and he comes up and goes over his right shoulder. The strategy on him is that he always wants to go over the left shoulder, and Homan is playing that side from their scouting report, but this time he does the opposite and knocks down the jumper. Only 2 points for him. He's the leading scorer for the Tigers at 15.2 a game.
And to punctuate the problems that the Cyclones have had with three-pointers lately, they are now 6 of 39 from three-point land in their last 4 games. Here's Stinson at the line. Stinson, 70.9% free throw shooter. He has 5 points. Look at the wins and losses. Quite a difference in the scoring average and the field goal average and the assist average. Stinson is extremely talented. As he goes, you might say so go the Cyclones. 6 points for Stinson, and it's 20 to 15. Cyclones up by 5. 3:40 to play first half.
And the Tigers, they were working this afternoon in shoot-around against that zone of getting it into the middle.
Stinson almost with the steal and almost in your lap, Gary.
Yeah, we had our hands out protecting him.
Wow.
Here he comes. Let's hope he doesn't get hurt.
You're ready. Save a Cyclone.
Still got the quick hands.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jay, you talk about that three-point shooting. Missouri right now is 0 for 7. Iowa State 0 for 5.
Right. And the three-point shot has become so much a part of the game. We were talking with Norm Stewart, the legendary Missouri coach, today. He says, you know, the three-point shot is there to stay. He'd like to get rid of the clock.
Well, Norm used to like to control that game, you know, and play some defense and work the ball around and get it inside.
We had great fun with the coach today at a coffee clutch with a bunch of your old buddies here this morning in Ames. Back to basketball as Stinson holds on out front.
Nice play on the other end by Damien Staple of getting in the passing lane. There was a back cut that I thought was going to be 2 points, but he turned and got in the middle of that passing lane. Bad pass behind. Oh, what a catch. What a catch.
Rashon Clark with the basket. Foul by Gardner. Here's a look at our CarQuest play for Keeps Replay.
Here's his pass. It's behind him. A great catch. Recovers it and then lays it in. Nice hands by Rashon Clark, the freshman. They clap the hands.
Gardner goes out of the lineup for the Tigers. Number 2 Conley is back in. Clark on the line. He has 2 points.
Jay, Iowa State with a 7-point lead. Against Nebraska, they had 6 assists in the entire game. So far here with 3 minutes to go, they've had 9 assists in the game.
Foul called against Rashon Clark. That's his first. Team foul number 3.
Iowa State fans probably saying, Rashon Clark, don't commit those fouls. We can't get in foul trouble. And then you look on the other hand, pretty lucky he's back in the game. We thought he was probably lost for Coach Morgan.
Pass comes in to Jason Conley. Conley loses it. Stinson gets it.
Got numbers.
He had help from Blalock. Here's Blalock saving it.
Blalock was trying to make a pass.
Homan off the glass.
And Jay, and you mentioned it. You had the angle from here. He shot the glass that time too.
Excellent. Great play. The lead is 10.
I'm just surprised the Tigers aren't going more inside, trying to get it inside to Kleiza. He's a big, strong kid on the inside.
This crowd on its feet here at Hilton. Nine seconds on the clock. Foul on Kleiza, his first. Let's go back to that steal and bucket a moment ago.
He tries to take it through traffic, and that's usually trouble with a low dribble. They got the numbers. They kick out. He is trying to pass that ball, but kind of fumble it. Behind his back, a little spin and back. And watch Homan right there. He banks it off, and he definitely was trying to use the board.
Really nice assist there by Blalock. First of all, saving the ball and then making that play. Two minutes remaining in this first half. Staple out front. Wouldn't go down for Rashon Clark. Brown the other way. Ooh, might have walked, but he got it down. Might have walked.
Jay,
I know better than to officiate in the Big 12, but
what I'm going to tell you is what I like to see a kid do in a situation. It's just what Staple did. You run at the guy and run right by him instead of going up, because so many times what happens, a guy sees that and he gets off step and comes up short. This time he was lucky to make the basket.
Stay with us for our halftime with a very special ceremony honoring our good buddy, the Rolling Rocket. Staple out front. Clark.
Cyclones right now, they've got that 8-point lead. They want to get good shots. Big block right there.
And look at Homan go for that ball, and he calls timeout. Boy, great hustle by Jared Homan. Wow.
Well, the name of the game in basketball or any sport is all-out effort and hustle.
Well, you know, I have to say that as we sit along press row for one more time, we had so many thrills over the years, and being back here with a lot of your friends on this night is very special. And of course, as I mentioned, that we have some ceremonies coming up at halftime, but you got to be very proud of all the years that you've been barking at these microphones, talking about college basketball and making so many friends as you did.
Well, it's been a lot of fun, Jay, but we need to get back more basketball. I've seen more stuff than I've never seen before here.
Well, good.
Here's the thing. Big block right there. Now watch the hustle play. Homan sees it, reacts, and gets down on it, has the presence to call timeout, and saves the possession for the Cyclones.
Yes, sir. Stinson, Staple, Clark, Blalock, and Homan out there for the Cyclones. 1:20 remaining in this first half. Kleiza and Horton, along with Marshall Brown, McKinney, and Conley for Missouri. It'll be Rashon Clark to put it in play. Now they're going to, I think they're going to check the shot clock out again on that last possession. Again, our officials tonight are Scott Thornley, Eddie Jackson, Kelly Self. See here, he gets it, he calls time. Well, doesn't appear to be anything amiss there, Gary.
No.
But they're checking it out anyway. And we see this more and more. They're looking at it again from the beginning of the possession.
Let's watch this play through and see what happens right now.
Shot clock going down toward 20 as they are still over there, and
probably
we see more and more of this now in college basketball, and it's good because it's
you get things right.
Get it right. You know.
Cyclone Alley, Jay, you haven't been here since. I think this is a great thing. You're looking at Quin Snyder there, but down to our right, the student section of Cyclone Alley. That's what college atmosphere is all about.
Oh,
and
yeah.
those kids are really supporting it. That's the home court advantage.
Well, and of course, when you go to Missouri, you've got to deal with the Antlers over there, and of course that great
Some people
crowd
don't like dealing with them either.
No, I know, and you have to deal with it in every campus. I mean, if you go into Stillwater, go into Lawrence, wherever you go in this league, it's that way, and it's part of the true spirit of college basketball. Well, they're going to put 13 seconds back on the shot clock.
Ruled there wasn't possession.
Well, we have 1:20 to play. First half.
You know, Iowa State right now has a chance to play 2 possessions for 1 if they want to take some time off the clock and then go into their offense after running some time off.
Well, let's see what they do. Stinson out front. No, he's going right in there.
Not waiting for anything.
Tried to get in there and put one in the lane. Couldn't get it. Ball out of bounds off Jared Homan, and it'll be Missouri basketball with 1:11 remaining in the half.
Let's see what the Tigers do right now. They could come down, and if you gotta have to get a good shot. You don't want to just throw one up, but they've got a chance to go early in the shot clock and get 2 for 1. He's got a 2-on-1. Oh,
trying to get it into Kleiza, batted away. Blalock, Stinson, he's fouled.
Well, Jay, let's watch this. Conley makes a mistake. He's got the man wide open over here, but he goes into the middle. Look, like 5 white shirts. He throws it into traffic, and it results in this play coming down. Stinson takes it in, takes the hit, kind of catches the ball underneath, but he'll get a couple of free throws.
Foul charge to Jimmy McKinney, the junior. That's team foul number 7, his first. Stinson converts.
And 12 turnovers for the Missouri Tigers here in the first half.
Stinson, of course, the hero of the victory at Kansas. 29 points, had all 7 points in the overtime. It's these 2 free throws, 8 points for Stinson. Cyclone lead is 10. Conley all the way. Nice play. Good job pacing that basket off the glass.
And too easy a play. Too easy 2 points. No matter which team you're sitting back watching this game and rooting for, that's the kind of play that's too easy.
Homan double team back out front. 15 on the shot clock as he takes it in, stops and pops.
You know, he has that acceleration to beat anybody off the dribble. He gets that shot down with more efficiency on that drive and stop, pull-up jumper. He's going to be really tough in the next year or 2.
6 points for Blalock. From over in the corner, Conley fires, it won't go. Stolen by Conley. Blocked at the buzzer. The first half comes to a close here at Hilton. The Cyclones 29, the Tigers 19. Stay tuned for a very special halftime here at Hilton.
Why do so many people confidently choose Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield for their health insurance?
With the Blues, our health insurance is easy and hassle-free.
Even small businesses like mine have a wide choice of plan designs.
Wherever we travel, the Blue Card Network gives us the coverage we need.
Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. The difference is blue.
With Option Herbicide, it's not just about what's going on out here. It's also about what's going on in here. Because with its exclusive Safener technology, Option helps your corn metabolize herbicide faster and easier, delivering outstanding grass control with enhanced crop safety, leaving you nothing but clean fields on the outside and corn that's growing strong on the inside. Option with exclusive Safener technology. It's grass control with damage control.
MIZZ Lumber, 50 years of experience and reliability to professional builders and do-it-yourselfers. From millwork and building materials to complete in-house design service and computerized estimating, MIZZ Lumber offers everything you need. MIZZ Lumber features quality Eagle windows and doors made in Dubuque, Iowa.
We use Eagle windows in our homes because of the air tightness, the energy efficiency, and the option of blinds. We think it makes the best choice for our consumers.
MIZZ Lumber, Des Moines, Fort Dodge, Coralville. Quality and dependability you can trust.
An Iowa State University graduate gets a job in Iowa, works hard, gets paid, buys gas and groceries, pays rent. Multiply that by thousands of Iowa State graduates staying in Iowa, working with Iowa companies, and you'll understand the impact Iowa State University is having on Iowa, and how through their knowledge, their ideas, and their earnings, Iowa Staters are making Iowa greater. And you thought we were only helping students become their best.
Here at halftime, Iowa State leads by 10. That ties their biggest lead of the game. Let's go out to Tom Groschel and the special tribute to Gary Thompson.
For more than 30 years, he served as a basketball television analyst for NBC, ESPN, and the Cyclone Television Network, with the highest standard. Many of us learned the game of basketball by watching and listening to this man. We sat in our living rooms cheering loudly because on the air, he could not. It is a very fine line to support a team or be so significantly identified with one school and yet still become universally respected as an objective reporter by a nation of coaches and co-workers. No one walked that line better than this man. He has worked with the greatest names in the game. He's worked with the greatest names in the game. Dick Enberg, Bob Costas, Jack Buck, Ron Franklin, and of course, Jay Randolph, with whom he formed the primary broadcasting team that painted the rising fortunes of Big 8 and Big 12 basketball for people across the nation. His comments affirmed for us the talents of the greatest players in Cyclone history: Stevens, Grayer, Hornacek, Tinsley, Pfizer, Hoiberg. He brought their stories home to us, and we treasure those memories in our hearts. This evening, as he gets ready to begin his last half as the best TV analyst nationally, join his wife, Janet, and Director of Clearance for ESPN Regional TV and Producer-Director of the Cyclone Television Network, Bob Helmers, his former statistician and now Ames Mayor, Ted Tedesco, Iowa State Athletics Director Bruce Vandevelde, and ISU President Gregory Joffrey, in honoring this man, Gary Thompson. Tonight, Gary, we regret your retirement, but we hail your contributions to athletics, be it high school or collegiate competitions, and your great service on behalf of Iowa State University. Gary, we know you love golf and that you're a very good player. ESPN now presents you with a watercolor of the 15th Skins game, signed by Tiger Woods, David Duval, Tom Lehman, and Mark O'Mara. In honoring you this evening, Iowa State University presents you with the commemorative collage of your great career. Again, ladies and gentlemen, please honor the Roland Rocket, two-sport All-American, Iowa State Hall of Famer, Cyclone and Basketball TV Ambassador, Gary Thompson.
A wonderful ceremony here, a real love fest for a wonderful man, the Roland Rocket, Gary Thompson.
Wow, I can't believe Carr turned down these tickets.
I know, right?
Let's hit him up.
Hey, that's your apartment. That's your Bud Light. That's your girlfriend.
Fresh, smooth, real. It's all here.
Yeah, she's sharing all right.
The moment of truth. A choice to get up and keep on fighting. It's got nothing to do with hype. You can't read it on paper. It's the gut check. When a team together believes. Seasons change, as do the faces. But the moment lies in wait. Like the first trace of snow. The NCAA Championships on ESPN.
With Power Play, for $1, you can multiply your non-jackpot Powerball prize from 2 to 5 times. So instead of winning $100, you could win $500. Or instead of winning $5,000, you could win $25,000. Now for a limited time, get a Power Pack from the Iowa Lottery. $3 in Powerball tickets with $3 in Power Play for only $5. So instead of winning $100,000, you could win $500,000. Woohoo!
Last year, when Iowa companies were looking for new employees, they discovered assets. Assets the state hadn't had even a year before. A new generation of Iowa State University graduates. Now these graduates are living and working in Iowa, using their knowledge to help Iowa companies grow and prosper. Another generation of Iowa Staters working to make Iowa greater.
The Cyclones by 10 at half. They are 12-1 when they lead at halftime this season, so possibly that's a good omen. There is Gary's missus, Jan, sitting alongside. And there's, of course, his son Rick, and Scott's up there, and Kim, and all the gang, and all the grandchildren here tonight. We'll be back with more from Hilton Arena in a moment.
At CarQuest, our people go above and beyond the call of duty to help the technician working on your car by supplying them with superior service and only quality auto parts. And with nearly 4,000 stores and over 130,000 CarQuest parts to choose from, we'll be there when you need us. CarQuest, the professional choice.
Cyhawk Series, presented by Coca-Cola and Kraft Foods, bringing you head-to-head competition from friendly in-state rivals.
Wouldn't it be great to watch a movie whenever you feel like watching? That's what you get with Stars On Demand, a free service with any Stars package exclusively available on Mediacom. Every month, Stars puts dozens of great features right at your fingertips. Simply use your remote to order any time of the day or night. It's easy and it's free. And with Stars On Demand, you'd never have to worry about late fees or trips back to the video store. Just pick up your remote and watch on your own time. So enjoy this exclusive feature by subscribing to Stars on Mediacom.
Regency. At Regency Homes, it's about building smarter. It's about building healthier, environmentally friendly homes. It's about building homes that are safe, secure, and energy efficient. It's about smarter financing. Regency. Building smarter. When you add it up, it's about getting a lot more home for your money. It's about building the new American dream. Regency Homes. Contact your real estate professional.
Iowa State by 10. They were down 9 at halftime at Missouri in the earlier game this year that they lost after making a very close battle of it. Let's take a look now at the Bud Light halftime stats, Gary.
Well, the big thing is turnovers. Missouri's got 12. Iowa State's forced some of those, and Iowa State only has 5. And, of course, at the free throw line, both teams perfect, but Iowa State getting there 7 times and Missouri's 1.
And time now for the Shelter Insurance first half highlights.
Well, first of all, we'll look at Missouri. You see Gardner going in the backdoor situation there, gets 2. Kleiza, their leading scorer, is only 2 points of the first half. Iowa State doing a good job of them. Here's Conley, the hottest player for the Tigers over the last 5 or 6 games. He takes it coast to coast, lays it up for 2 points. Brat with his first career assist at Iowa State hits Stinson. It's a 2-pointer. And now Blalock with a sensational quick drive gets it for 2. Here's the steal. Watch this play. Blalock down to Rashon Clark. A quick pass inside, and Tasheed Carr lays it up for his only 2 of the first half.
As we remind you, for your insurance needs, visit shelterinsurance.com to find a shelter agent near you. Seek shelter today. We'll be back with the second half. Big 12 basketball from Hilton, Coliseum, and Ames. All set? Here we go. Back in a moment.
All right, here's one. You're stranded on the island. Name 3 things that you want with you.
A beautiful woman, an endless supply of Bud Light, and oh yeah, another beautiful woman. You know?
Hey, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
When are you gonna paint the hut?
Not until he builds the raft.
He said he was gonna build the raft yesterday.
Girl, he
but Mama told me not to get stranded around here.
Oh, I got to work on my fantasies.
Fresh, smooth, real Bud Light.
Now this is what I'm talking about.
It's all here.
There are 2 sides to me. The all-conference catcher side, that's my tough side. And the side of me studying for a career in marine mammal rescue, that's my soft side. I'm finding I really need both sides to be the whole person that I want to be.
The NCAA helps over 360,000 student athletes succeed in whatever they choose to do.
Using credit cards is like gambling. The cards can be nice to you, but they can also turn on you. You have to know who you're dealing with and how to play the game.
Hi, I'm Tom Coates of Consumer Credit of Des Moines. Since 1987, we've taught thousands of people when to hold them, when to fold them, and how to mold them into the useful tools they really are. Let us help you walk away from bad credit card habits.
Your safest bet is to call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
We get set for the second half here at Hilton Coliseum, right in front of our broadcast position. Curtis Stinson will put it in play.
And usually the first few minutes of the first half or the second half is a time when you want to come out and play a good basketball and get off to a good start. Iowa State right now a chance. They go down low to establish a kind of a tough shot there by Homan, falling away with a good follow-up.
Staples came up with that ball and was fouled, got banged in the face. Foul charged on Kleiza, his second.
Homan right there, a fall-away jumper, probably just a little further away than you like with that jump hook. And then Staples, good job of fighting, coming away with good, strong hands, and gets poked in the eye.
He's only a 45% free throw shooter. He knocks that one down, his first point of the game.
Jay, nothing has changed, has it? When you talk about shooters, he hasn't missed one. In 24, they missed. If you say he's a 40% free throw shooter, he probably knocked down both of them, right?
It's amazing how that works over the years, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. All right, biggest lead of the game.
There's the trap. Missouri will try to get it into the center. Now they just take it down 1-on-1. McKinney, Jimmy McKinney, a junior, very experienced player for the Tigers.
This is Horton, Kleiza, McKinney, Gardner, and Young out there for Missouri.
Good job by Rashon Clark of letting the guy loose and letting his teammate picking him up rather than picking up a foul on the drive.
Horton finally retains possession for Missouri. McKinney. And McKinney getting the rebound. A foul call. Damien Staple, his second personal.
Jay, let's look at this play. Here's Horton on the side. Rashon Clark, a good job of turning loose. They pick it up. It gets kicked away. And the dive, and let's see the end of this. Now it gets kicked out. Now watch this. Nobody gets the shooter. Comes back in and recovers it and takes it right up. This time doesn't get the basket, but gets fouled. You've got to block off that shooter.
McKinney is 73.8% free throw shooter. Today named to the All Big 12 All Academic team.
He was the thorn in the Cyclones side down in Missouri. He had 4 points in the last 20 seconds as the Cyclones really gave away that basketball game to Missouri in the opener.
Yeah, they made a nice comeback, didn't they? And then couldn't hold on. 31-21, the lead is back to 10. See how the half-court game goes this time, Gary.
This is the part where they've struggled, and that we said 34% shooting over the last 3 games. They're 37% in this game.
Blalock to Staple, back to Blalock. Yes, indeed. Very nice. Yeah. Good ball movement.
An unselfish play again. A lot of times the player in Damien Staples' position right there would look to take the jumper, but he sees the open guy in the middle, gives it to him, another assist, and an easy 2.
Gardner along the line. It won't go. Rebound Young. That doesn't go. Kleiza, he got it and is fouled. Well, they did a good job underneath there, and the 3rd time was the charm. That foul is called on Homan.
Rashon Clark, the kick out here to Blalock. Comes back, resets it. Now the penetration on the inside. Pass to Stable. Right back to him right there. Makes it an easy 2 for Blalock. The Tigers asserting themselves now on the offensive glass, and that's what killed Iowa State against Nebraska. I said earlier they gave up 23 offensive rebounds in that game against Nebraska.
Kleiza now has 5 points, the big guy from Lithuania. Traveling call, turnover. Clark walked.
Just the 5th for Iowa State. Sean Clark talking to Stinson. I think these kids nowadays, Jay, are a little bit more animated on the court, talking with one another.
Yeah, they are. I don't know whether that's good or bad. Hard to tell.
See the offensive rebounding there by both teams.
Horton into Kleiza.
I wondered if Missouri
Gardner. Rebound taken away by Blalock.
Yeah, I was going to make the point. I wondered if Missouri wouldn't try to go inside a little bit more to Kleiza and maybe work inside, outside for those 3-point shots if they double up on Kleiza.
Cyclone miss along the line there. Gardner into Kleiza. He loses it. Kleiza likes to go to his right. They know that. He did, and the ball was ripped away from him. There's a jumper by Clark. A 3.
42% 3-point shooter, and he's hit a lot of crucial 3-point shots.
And a traveling call against Jimmy McKinney, and the turnover comes right back to the Cyclones, who lead by 12. Another Budweiser quick stat as we finally have our first 3 in the game.
Missouri 0 for 10, but we said they take a lot of shots, but they're not a good shooting team, 31%.
Homan drops it in. Nice rhythm that time.
Nice job again. The key to good shooting is squaring up with the basket, getting a straight line to that basket. You do not have to move the ball and relocate the line.
10 points for Jared Homan. Horton for Missouri throws it away. And we've seen this time and time again by Missouri when they can't seem to find the rhythm.
Here's Homan. We talked about him squaring up right there. The key to good shooting.
Missouri now has committed 15 turnovers. Iowa State 6. Stinson puts it in play. Jason Conley out there with Gardner and Horton and Young. And Brown for Missouri.
Nice pass.
Beautiful play. Will Blalock. Blalock now has 10. 40-24. Cyclones opening this one up.
Coleman making them pay for the double team right there. Good little flip pass. And again, I point out the assists with this team. When they make assists, this is usually when they're at their best.
Brown in trouble, gets it away. Gardner underneath, and it's banked up and in. Gardner getting that pass off to Kevin Young. Young has 4 points, the junior from Kingston, Jamaica.
And the Tigers doing a good job of passing of their own on the interior that time. Ends up with an easy basket. See if they go back to Homan. Homan with 10 points. He has 6 rebounds, just 4 away from a double-double, which would be his 9th of the year.
Blalock's fall-away shot. Rebounded by Kevin Young.
I think that's a play that Blalock, as he works on it over the summer and comes back, is really going to be an effective tool for him. That drive and pull-up jumper.
Brown took the shot. Stinson comes back to the attack. Stinson drives. He scores. He's fouled. 12 points for Stinson. We've got a timeout. 15:07 left to play in this game. Stinson on a mission. Cyclones lead 42-26.
From the fastest and strongest to the most capable and most powerful, Dodge Ram trucks. Matched by none, envied by all.
Come on, man, floor it!
All businesses start out as ideas. At Shelter, the idea was simple. Offer great insurance, great performance, and great agents. That way people can concentrate on the really important parts of life. So while you're doing things like this, we manage to do this. And if you ever do something like this, it's good to know this. At Shelter, we take care of things so you can get on with your life.
Electricity is a vital yet dangerous resource. Never entrust your electrical needs to an untrained contractor.
Honey, the electrician's here.
You didn't hire a union electrician, did you?
Union electrical workers complete rigorous training, including over 10,000 hours on the job and in the classroom. With a union electrician, you can be sure your job will be done safely, on time, and done right. For your next project, call on the Electrical Workers Local 347.
MIZZ Lumber, 50 years of experience and reliability to professional builders and do-it-yourselfers. From millwork and building materials to complete in-house design service and computerized estimating, MIZZ Lumber offers everything you need. MIZZ Lumber features quality Eagle windows and doors made in Dubuque, Iowa.
We use Eagle windows in our homes because of the air tightness, the energy efficiency, and the option of blinds. We think it makes the best choice for our consumers.
MIZZ Lumber, Des Moines, Fort Dodge, Coralville. Quality and dependability you can trust.
The Cyclones shooting 63% in this second half, have vaulted out to the 42-26 lead. Gary, let's look at some of this play.
Now let's watch Curtis Stinson. Some good individual play by him right now. He comes down, Missouri gets back, changes speeds. Now a crossover dribble, takes it to the hole, lays it up. 2 points for a team-high 12 points in this game. Watch the reaction. I'm number one, he says. Homan says, I agree. There they come again. That's the good feeling in athletics, when you're riding the wave and things are going well. 26 Missouri, 42 Iowa State, a 16-point lead.
And there the free throws, both teams perfect. Marshall Brown on the line, the freshman from Austin, Texas. He committed the foul, Marshall Brown did. That was Stinson on the line. They said, looking over here at the wrong monitor for a second.
Jay, I was talking about assists. Iowa State here in the early going second half. 5 field goals, 4 of them coming on assists.
Another steal. Stinson back the other way. Down it goes. And that's Tasheed Carr.
Nice job by the freshman Tasheed Carr that time, not forcing the play, and Blalock sneaks in the back door.
How about that pass? Blalock banking it in. 45-26.
There's the trap. Could get a 10-second call. They call him timeout.
Timeout, they got it. 14:22 to play in this game. Cyclones are rolling here at Hilton.
It's every corn grower's biggest decision. What's the right seed corn for this season? You want the latest technology, proven performance, superior profitability. So what do? Well, it really comes down to one simple choice. In a win-or-lose business like farming, pick Win. FS Seed Corn, the start of a winning season. Talk to your FS crop specialist today.
If you're planting hybrids with Herculex One insect protection, make sure you extract every ounce of performance with the best weed control. Because all hybrids with Herculex One carry the Liberty Link trait, giving you the opportunity to use Liberty herbicide to control over 120 broadleaf weeds and grasses with unsurpassed crop safety. Talk to your retailer about Liberty today and make the most of every acre.
Cyhawk Series, presented by Coca-Cola and Kraft Foods, bringing you head-to-head competition from friendly in-state rivals.
With Power Play, for $1, you can multiply your non-jackpot Powerball prize from 2 to 5 times. So instead of winning $100, you could win $500. Or instead of winning $5,000, you could win $25,000. Now for a limited time, get a Power Pack from the Iowa Lottery. $3 in Powerball tickets with $3 in Power Play for only $5. So instead of winning $100,000, you could win $500,000.
Iowa State's got the mojo going, and the Hilton Magic is rolling along here, Gary.
Well, you watch Gardner dribble into traffic, and the quick hands of Iowa State gets into passing lanes. They come out. Stinson will come down. He goes to the corner, and now Iowa State brings it back around, and Stinson, only probably the guy with the quick and strongest hands that he has, could make that pass. And Missouri caught that time with one of the fundamental things that you can't do is turn your head away from your man. You must see ball and man.
In the game for Missouri, number 24, Brian Daly. This is Daly out to Conley. Underneath, Brown puts it in.
Good job. Go ahead, Dick. I was going to say, good job by the Tigers right there. Ball movement ends up with an easy 2.
Points off turnovers in this game. The Cyclones with 20, Missouri with 4. Big differential there.
Iowa State spreading it right now, trying to just go one-on-one, dribble penetration.
That one won't go. Kleiza with a rebound. Iowa State averaging more than 17 points off turnovers this season. There's Brown putting it in for Mizzou. Down to Stinson. He goes, rolls, wouldn't go. He's a little upset with himself as he didn't get that one, but the foul is charged to Kleiza, his 3rd.
Stinson, a very smart player, though. You know, he's undersized. He sees the guy coming at him, and he takes the ball right into the guy, draws the foul. He's upset that he didn't get the basket, but he takes the block shot out of the play by using his body against the defensive man.
Stinson, a 70.79% free throw shooter out of the Bronx in New York, had 22 in the game at Missouri earlier this year. He's got 14 right now. Staple goes out, back into the game, number 51, Jared Homan, who had a very nice first half for these Cyclones.
Attack.
Kleiza rebounds. 46-30, Iowa State.
First miss at the free throw line by Iowa State.
Brown out front. They're looking at a 2-3 zone. Of course, Wayne Morgan, the coach here, influenced much by Jim Boeheim when he was an assistant at Syracuse. Learned that zone up there. What a block. Terrific play by Rashon Clark.
Clark shows you his leaping ability on this particular play. It looks like Missouri's going for two. Nice play here. Bounce pass into Kleiza. He goes up, but Rashon Clark goes up, gets nothing but ball. Another look at it. There you see it, just swats it away.
Now the officials going to the table across the way. Another discussion. I think they're going to want to look at this whole last play, Gary. It appears that's what's we've got one official with each coach. I think that's Eddie Jackson over there at the table, and this may have to do with a shot clock problem again.
Jay, while we got a little break in here, I'd like to send a sympathy to the family of Gordon Nichols. He was the leading Cyclone scorer back on the 1939 and 40 teams. He passed away in the last week or 10 days. He was living in Atlantic, Iowa. He was a great Cyclone player. We want to extend our sympathy to his family.
Well, they're still working on this. Down in Stillwater, they're going at it, and Oklahoma State wins it 69-63. Oklahoma State, Stillwater, Oklahoma, the home of Misties. Wake Forest. And they're going to put 8 seconds back on the shot clock, we're told. Well, that'll give us 12:52 to play in this one. And the Cyclones riding high right now.
There it is.
Another steal and another bucket, and this one emphatically for Will Blalock.
That's what the fans like, and here comes the trap. Iowa State really playing quick. Now Iowa State has to retreat in a hurry, and they do it. There is so much difference in the quickness of this team right now than there was against Nebraska last Sunday. And this is the way they have to play to be successful.
Foul underneath on Kleiza. And that is 4 on the big guy for Missouri.
Come outside, there's the getting in the passing lane, tips it away. Blalock kind of gets his step, lets the defenders come, but soars above him right there, and the little guy hangs on.
Kleiza goes out, Daly goes out, Horton comes out. We've got McKinney and Gardner, along with Conley, McKinney, and Young out there for Missouri.
That's the double team. Now kick out. That's the right play.
Budweiser, quick stat for you on turnovers. Missouri was 17. The bucket by Rashon Clark. 10 points for Rashon. The lead is 20.
Another nice job of penetration and kicking out to the open man results in another assist.
Biggest lead in the game for the Cyclones. Along the line, the jumper doesn't go down. Tapped up underneath there by Conley. It wouldn't go. Here's Stinson. Off it comes. And Clark's shot doesn't go. Here comes Conley. Off on the line, the shot. Well, it looked like a good block, but they're going to call a foul on the play as Brown went up.
Hey, this might be one of those calls where the official goes on the body.
Foul on Homan. Rashon Clark, we've been talking about him. Look at that reaction. You betcha.
Are you ready? Wow! Go! Wow! Are you ready? I can't do this. Go! No way! Not even for some Bud Light?
Fresh, smooth, real Bud Light.
See you, dude! Wait!
It's all here.
This field was treated with Balance Pro herbicide.
It sat there for 15 days without a drop of rain. and the weeds came up again.
And then it rained, and recharge got them like that.
We know because this is our field.
Since 1999, Balance Pro has been used successfully on more than 21 million acres. That's the power of recharge.
Regency. At Regency Homes, it's about building smarter. It's about building healthier, environmentally friendly homes. It's about building homes that are safe, secure, and energy efficient. It's about smarter financing. Regency. Building smarter. When you add it up, it's about getting a lot more home for your money. It's about building the new American dream. Regency Homes. Contact your real estate professional.
Iowa State leads by 20. Time now for the Balance game story.
Well, you see the thing right there, the difference. Iowa State has picked it up shooting. That's because they're making a lot of layups, points off turnovers, 22-4. And Iowa State has forced a lot of those turnovers. And it turns into a lot of assists.
Get a load of this sign. Give us a chance to dance. Well, Gary, if the Cyclones keep playing like this, they might get that chance.
Well, I think the coaches and the team all rallied around that loss to Nebraska and says, hey, we can still get to the big dance. We just have to come out and play our game, and they're certainly doing it here, particularly in the second half.
Brown is a 66.7% free throw shooter. He misses the first of 2, averaging 5.2 a game. The freshman, 6'7", and he gets it right back and then loses it.
Staple that time reached for the ball instead of diving down on it.
The possession arrow belongs to
Missouri.
Yep. Quin Snyder been through a tough time in the last 16 months. 15th Missouri head coach. Had 20 wins his first 5 seasons, but the Tigers have fallen on some tough times with inconsistency, and they don't have much senior leadership on this club. It's been a problem.
Win a lot of success. 5 Final Fours, 3 as a player at Duke, and then 2 as an assistant coach there.
Driving along the line, Conley out to McKinney. Homan got up there to get the rebound. Here is Neal. He's in the game. John Neal, number 3. Blalock drives. Conley back to the attack for Missouri.
Looked like Homan is getting a follow shot, but he got pushed right out of bounds.
Almost another takeaway. Conley's 3 won't go. Homan rebounds. Nearing the midway point of this second half. That's 8 rebounds for Jared Homan.
Just 2 rebounds away from that 9th double-double.
Little jumper over the hoop from the hands of Tasheed Carr.
A little force shot there by Tasheed Carr.
Yeah, no hurry at this point, Gary, huh? Gardner hits the 3 from deep in the corner.
It's the first 3-point basket by Missouri. They're 1 for 14.
Dandridge is going to come back into the game for the Tigers when he has the opportunity. Here's Jared Homan going in and scoring, and he's fouled by Kevin Young. That's number 2 on Young in the foul department. And Jared Homan with 12.
Cross court, the pass right there. Iowa State, which has really defended the 3-point line well, a little slow getting out. Nice pass here, and Homan uses his body and strength, gets it up. Another assist for Blalock.
Dandridge there on the right of your screen, number 25 into the game. The free throw is missed. Another 3 is tried, this time Gardner from the corner, and a foul in underneath there. It's called on Jason Conley. That's his 2nd.
Jay, the Tigers have really had their problems on the road this year. They're 1 for 7. Their one win was a 3-point win at Nebraska, which over there Nebraska plays pretty tough at home.
We talk about how the three-point shot has changed things. Hasn't changed it much for these teams tonight. But 52-33 Cyclones, 9.5 to play. Neal, the junior from Winterset, Iowa, number 3. Getting some action now. Stinson fires, rebound Horton. Dandridge down in the corner.
Had the outside shot, turned it down.
Gardner decided not to fire.
Dandridge just a freshman. Iowa State still moving well on the defense.
Dandridge way over the hoop. Out of bounds. Iowa State's ball.
A little tight on that shot by Dandridge, the freshman.
Rashon Clark coming back into the game for the Cyclones. As you look at Quin Snyder. Staple also back into the game. Nice story about Stinson and a few of his teammates that we heard yesterday, Gary, about them visiting a young man who was in a terrible accident and has lost his mobility. They went down and visited him in hospital in Des Moines the other day.
They had 3 or 4 players, and assistant coach Dave Edwards is a real nice touch. And I forget the individual's name right now, but
there is the man, the big guy. Another sweet basket from Homan. He's got 14. He's averaging 13.4 a game, and he's had a good night here.
And the Tigers really letting down right now. They're letting Coach Quin Snyder down because they're not hustling and getting back. They've lost their stinger in this game as they're down by 21.
Gardner underneath. Kalen Grimes getting it and putting it up. Grimes' first bucket of the game. 7:50 to play.
Grimes, a strong-looking freshman, 6'8" and about 250. Showed his strength there.
You know, earlier in the game we talked about Stinson and how much he means to this team. He has 6 assists in tonight's game, and you know that's the kind of thing that makes these Cyclones go when Stinson can play that kind of basketball. He's out front there, guarded by Gardner. His shot doesn't go. Conley with the rebound. Pass out to Horton. There's a foul. Foul charge to Tasheed Carr. His first. 7:25 to play in the game. Cyclones rolling here at Hilton.
Electricity is a vital yet dangerous resource. Never entrust your electrical needs to an untrained contractor.
Honey, the electrician's here.
You didn't hire a union electrician, did you?
Union electrical workers complete rigorous training, including over 10,000 hours on the job and in the classroom. With a union electrician, you can be sure your job will be done safely, on time, and done right. For your next project, call on the Electrical Workers Local 347.
Out of gas?
Yeah.
Dodge Grand Caravan, the only minivan with stow and go. Another minivan first from Dodge.
Daddy just had to get a motorcycle, didn't he?
Funny, huh?
Have you tried digital video recording with MediaCom? It's easy. With a MediaCom DVR box, you're automatically recording whatever you're watching. Got an important phone call? Simply press the pause button. When you return, press play and you'll start right where you left off. You can even rewind to watch again in super slow motion. Or record a program when you're away by using the main menu to find your favorite show and pressing record. It's that easy. The digital video recorder from MediaCom. Call now for the perfect and easy way to control what you want to watch.
Using credit cards is like gambling. The cards can be nice to you, but they can also turn on you. You have to know who you're dealing with and how to play the game.
Hi, I'm Tom Coates of Consumer Credit of Des Moines. Since 1987, we've taught thousands of people when to hold them, when to fold them, and how to mold them into the useful tools they really are. Let us help you walk away from bad credit card habits.
Your safest bet is to call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Iowa State 54-35 over Missouri as we hone in there on the Thompson clan.
Well, that's my wife Janet, grandson Matthew there, my daughter Kim. You saw my son Rick, the other side. I just want to say to that gal, we'll be married 50 years in August. And Jay, you know, in this business, in the business of sports, whether you're a player, a coach, or it takes a special type of gal, because we are on the road and traveling a lot. And to my family also, I want to say, we've had to adjust birthdays around my schedules and whatnot. We get it done, but it takes a lot of support from a great wife and a great family. And I want to thank them for allowing me to do something that I love.
Well, and you both have worked hard at making it work. Congratulations to both of you. That basket a moment ago for Missouri by Jason Conley. You know, they say behind every great man there is a great woman, and that's certainly true in your case, my friend.
No doubt about that.
Here's a foul on Jimmy McKinney. Blalock will go to the line. McKinney's second personal foul. Blalock, a 77% free throw shooter. Much improved, I think, wouldn't you say, Gary, and stronger as things have gone along this season.
No doubt about that. And Blalock going to the line has made 17 of his last 19 free throws coming into this game.
He had 12 in the loss at Missouri earlier this year. His career high 23 against Drake back in 03, 13 points.
I go back to what I talked about in the first half about him. I just want to see this kid start to assert himself a little earlier in games offensively, because I think he's a real talent.
Here's McKinney. Conley.
You know, another job that Iowa State has really done well tonight, and that is cut off the penetrating into the gaps of the zone. I thought Nebraska really hurt Iowa State, in particular a little kid Gardner. I thought he was the key to that game, the win for Nebraska.
Oh. Some more Hilton magic there. Finished off by Rashon Clark. And ISU has 10 or more steals in 8 of the 15 Big 12 games this season, and they are making it happen here tonight.
Well, and they're playing pretty relaxed right now with a 20-point lead with those kind of plays.
Another turnover.
Iowa State will gain the ball.
Gary, I watched Rashon Clark play. This is a pretty athletic bunch of Cyclones. Would he be the most athletic, you think?
I think on this team, yeah, and everything that he can do, jumping ability, rebound, the quickness, and teams are hating to play against him in that zone and the traps out there, because he's long, he's got the long arms, and he can jump, and he's tough to go around, get the passes around.
Nice pass there, and Clark put it in. Clark has 12.
That's something Iowa State is very good at, coming from behind and knocking passes away.
Neal gives it over, and Blalock bangs it in. I guarantee you the fat lady is almost about to step to the microphone here. From deep in the corner, the three from Thomas Gardner of Missouri.
The Tigers now 2 for 18 from the three-point line. And well, the fans are having a good time, and what a great game for the seniors in this club. I'm sure Dave Brat is probably going to get back in for a little time. It was so great to see Dave Brat come out and Wayne Morgan give him his chance to start as a senior. And then he gets a layup, and then he gets a great assist. He'll remember this always.
You saw that statistic about forcing turnovers. It's a real key. And they forced 20 here tonight. Kleiza along the line is fouled by Clark. We're going to get Jared Homan back into the game for Iowa State, along with Tasheed Carr. And Horton's going to return for Missouri. And also Brown returns from Missouri. Having fun, partner?
Well, we're winding down, Jay, but this has been great to have you back. And
my pleasure. Thanks to Dave Armstrong for originally suggesting this, and for you all making it happen. And great to be back and see so many friends here in Ames.
The 21-point ball game, Jay. I want to get this in and say this. I was floored by the halftime activities. And I want to say this. I want to go back to something that I said 48 years ago when they retired my number in my last game of my senior year. And I say this with the same sincerity as I repeat it. Iowa State has always given me much more than I've been able to give back, but I'm still going to try to give back and catch up with them someday.
Oh boy, well, there's that number up above here at Hilton, and I'll tell you, you have been a tremendous ambassador for college basketball, for Iowa State, for the state of Iowa, for the game, and it's been a joy to work with you over the years. I'm reminded of something my dad used to say: you never know how high you are until you're called to rise. But if you're true to plan, your statues touch the skies, and your statues touch the skies, my friend.
Well,
what a career.
If you're wondering who Jay's dad was, he was the senior senator from West Virginia for about 50 years.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jennings Randolph of West Virginia. He was a fine man, just like Gary. Driving down the lane, Stinson gets it blocked away. Conley comes back.
Neal trying to come from behind again and get that kick away. Here they come. They've got numbers.
Conley couldn't finish. Let's see if the Cyclones can. Yes!
Oh, nice job by Tasheed Carr. He cut at the angle in too quick, but he took it back on the reverse side and laid it up.
Tasheed Carr with the pass coming from Stinson. And they're just pouring on the Hilton magic here. It's a little like pork chops smothered in pork chops. Down underneath, Neal with the steal. Stinson back to Neal. He fires. Oh, boy, if that one had gone, we would have really heard it burst. Homan turns. It won't go. Kleiza rebounds for Missouri with 3.5 to play. Homan has another double-double. That's his 9th double-double of the season. Here's another steal, and off it goes, and completing the play is Blalock with a bang.
Showtime, Jay. It's
yes,
showtime at Hilton.
And are they going to call a technical? Yes, they are.
Well, at
Blalock hung on that hoop a little too long, I guess.
At this point in the game, who cares if you're a Cyclone fan? Watch this. Key right here. Get rid of it early. Goes up. A 180. Knocks it down. Hangs on.
Cyclones lead 65-40.
Why do so many people consistently choose Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield for their health insurance?
They have the kind of customer service that makes me feel like an individual, not a number.
They answer my questions the first time around, so I can get on with my life.
I can call or simply go online to get the help I need when I need it.
Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, making a difference through better service.
Wow, I can't believe Carr turned down these tickets.
I know, right? Let's hit him up.
Hey, that's your apartment. That's your Bud Light. That's your girlfriend.
Fresh, smooth, real. It's all here.
Sharon? Yeah, she's sharing all right.
With Option Herbicide, it's not just about what's going on out here. It's also about what's going on in here. Because with its exclusive Safener technology, Option helps your corn metabolize herbicide faster and easier, delivering outstanding grass control with enhanced crop safety, leaving you nothing but clean fields on the outside and corn that's growing strong on the inside. Option with exclusive Safener technology. It's grass control with damage control.
MIZZ Lumber, 50 years of experience and reliability to professional builders and do-it-yourselfers. From millwork and building materials to complete in-house design service and computerized estimating, MIZZ Lumber offers everything you need. MIZZ Lumber features quality Eagle windows and doors made in Dubuque, Iowa.
We use Eagle windows in our homes because of the air tightness, the energy efficiency, and the option of blinds. We think it makes the best choice for our consumers.
MIZZ Lumber, Des Moines, Fort Dodge, Coralville. Quality and dependability you can trust.
Well, as you look at this score for Bob Helmers, who heads up this whole production here and does such a great job, He wants to thank all this crew, and it's a pleasure to met many of our old friends and some new friends who've been working on this one. Let's take a look at our Liberty player of the game. There is Conley on the line. We'll get to our player of the game here in a moment. He was a fellow who had a very important part in this game early on, kind of set the tone. Conley missing, shooting the technical, but our Liberty player of the game is Jared Homan.
Do you think the fans did not like that technical?
Oh.
It's an indirect technical, so it doesn't count as a personal foul against Blalock. But we got our player of the game. We could have had a couple others as well, Blalock and Stinson, but I think you take Jared Homan, a senior, a double-double, 14 points and 10 rebounds. What a way to go out. And so we're going to that senior guy. He's had a great season so far, and he needs to continue the fine play and hope that he can lead the Cyclones back in the NCAA tournament.
That foul was charged on Neal and puts Horton on the line for Missouri. Horton has just had a dreadful time here. Let's take a look at how Blalock felt about the technical.
And rolls
He
probably saying, "You kidding me?" He probably saying. And now Dave Brat, who got the first start of his career, a senior,
He's
Kalamazoo,
back in there.
Iowa. They're
There he
dancing
is.
the streets. Go ahead.
Ooh.
All right.
Up over the backboard.
Kalamazoo, Iowa, Jay, over I think just east of Cedar Rapids, if I'm not correct.
Brat 6'3" and a senior, and a big night for all the seniors here, of course, and a big night for Gary Thompson as well. I guess we can start calling you a senior now, although you're a lot younger than your years,
a few
by
years
golly.
ago. I've always liked to win, Jay, so this is great. I told the guys beforehand when they came over, I said, send me out a winner, because I do not like to lose.
Yeah, that three-pointer for Kleiza, he has 8 points, 65-44.
Hey.
Whoa.
Staples says, I'm a senior. I could take one of those with a 21 point
He's
lead.
laughing. He's laughing at himself there. There's one. The ball came right back. We're going to go way back to the first half in a moment and show you the shot by Brat, who got the start here, which was, as I mentioned, a very nice touch, I thought. And he kind of came through with some fine play. Stinson driving, gets it. 67-46.
Jay, you haven't seen Iowa State play a lot.
No.
But Curtis Stinson, that's just vintage him right there. He puts the ball up so soft. How many times Cyclone fans have seen that ball lay around the rim, bounce 2 or 3 times, and go in? Simply because he puts it up with such a soft touch.
Well, I've certainly been impressed with him. And as I mentioned, I know he has a great deal to do with making this team go. Conley from the corner, another 3 for Missouri. And all of a sudden they're hitting a 3 or 2. or 3.
Too little, too late.
Yeah, 14 points for him. Staple off to Neal.
He just can't get one. You're going to see some timeouts or some intentional fouling right now, so you can get some seniors out. I'm sure Wayne Morgan is going to do that so the crowd can acknowledge them in their final game here at Hilton.
Well, we got a stoppage of play here. That's what we need. Kleiza put it up. A rebound by Jared Homan, and a timeout called. Just as you mentioned, a timeout, Iowa State. Tonight's game is brought to you by Option Herbicide. Grass control that puts you in control. Electrical workers of Local 347 for a job done right, on time and on budget. Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Iowa, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association. The difference is blue. Hy-Vee. Cheer for your team in the Hy-Vee Cyhawk Series presented by Coca-Cola and Kraft Foods. Dodge. Grab life by the horns. Bud Light, fresh, smooth, real, it's all here. CarQuest Auto Parts, brought to you by the 4,000 CarQuest Auto Parts stores across North America. You'll find it at CarQuest. Shelter Insurance, for your insurance needs. Visit shelterinsurance.com to find the shelter agent near you. Seek shelter today. Balance Pro, the power of recharge. Well, as we go back to play, the seniors have been taken out of the game, and I notice Aaron Agnew is out there, big number 30, who you nicknamed Ali earlier this year. He does resemble Muhammad Ali a little bit, the big guy. Stinson still on the court. Neal, as this game comes to a close. A big night for the Cyclones as they defeat the Tigers 67-49. Well, Gary, certainly this was a very special night, an important win for the Cyclones. They've still got that opportunity to get to the dance, the chance to the dance. They turned it up. I thought really a good performance for them.
And I think Dave Brat, the start of him getting off to a start, really keyed this crowd and got things going. And it got it a great win, and they really bounced back from it. Hey,
hi, guys.
All right, thank you.
Nice win.
You on, guys. Nice going.
Nice to see you.
I like to go out a winner, guys.
Absolutely. Gary, again, congratulations to you on 34 marvelous years behind the microphone. It has been a special treat for me to have the opportunity to work with you and to be here right now. There's some of the ceremony here at halftime honoring the legendary Gary Thompson. This has been a presentation of ESPN Plus, the worldwide leader in collegiate sports television.